Scott Adams was an American cartoonist, author, and conservative commentator. He was the creator of the Dilbert comic strip and nonfiction works of business, self improvement, commentary, and satire. He was a fan of Peanuts comics while growing up and began drawing comics at age 6. He won a drawing competition at the age of 11. In 1986, he earned a Master of Business Administration from the University of California at Berkeley. Adams worked closely with telecommunication engineers at Crocker National Bank in San Francisco between 1979 and 1986. Upon joining the organization, he first worked as a teller. After 4 months in which he was twice held up at gunpoint, he entered a management training program. His positions included management trainee, computer programmer, budget analyst, commercial lender, product manager, and a supervisor. He later shifted to work at Pacific Bell. Devoting time to building a new career, he woke up every day at 4 a.m. and spent time on various endeavors. Cartooning proved to be the most successful of them. Adams created Dilbert during this period of personal exploration. The Dilbert name was suggested by his former boss. He worked at Pacific Bell between 1986 and 1995, and the personalities he encountered there inspired many of his Dilbert characters. 1989, while still employed at Pacific Bell, Adams launched Dilbert with United Media. To maintain his income, he continued to draw his cartoons during the early morning hours. His first payment for Dilbert was a monthly royalty check of $368.62. Dilbert gradually became more popular. It was syndicated in 100 newspapers in 1991 and 400 by 1994. Adams attributed his success to his idea of including his email address in the panels, which resulted in feedback and suggestions from readers. Adams' success grew and he became a full-time cartoonist as Dilbert reached 800 newspapers. His comic strips were adapted as an animated television series, which premiered in January 1999 and ran for 2 seasons. In the early 1990s, the pinky finger of Adams' right hand would spasm when he tried to draw, and he was diagnosed with focal dystonia. He said he cured himself by doing a conditioning exercise. In late 2004, his focal dystonia returned, which affected his ability to draw for lengthy periods. Beginning in 2014, he drew on a graphics tablet and had subsequently switched from using his right hand to his left. He also had spasmodic dysphonia, a condition that causes the vocal cords to behave abnormally. In 2008, he underwent surgery to reroute the nerve connections to his vocal cords, and his voice reached new levels of functionality. He announced on his daily podcast, Real Coffee, in May of 2025 that he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, which spread to his bones. In June, he had prepared for physician-assisted suicide through the California End-of-Life Option Act and had planned to go through with it after his stepdaughter's wedding at the end of the month, as the pain was too much to handle. Like most people, he had his opinions about religion and politics, which I won't get into here. On November 15, 2025, he announced he would no longer draw Dilbert because his right hand and his left hand were semi-paralyzed, but would continue writing the strip as long as he was able to. His art director took over as the artist. In the fall of 25, Adams asked Trump on social media for access to the cancer drug Pluvicto due to the rapid progression of his cancer. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. replied, saying, "How do I reach you? The president wants to help." While undergoing radiation therapy for the cancer, he was eventually paralyzed below the waist. Adams disclosed on his podcast Real Coffee in January of 26 about his ongoing heart failure diagnosis as well as the low chances of recovering from the cancer. He died while under hospice care at his Pleasanton home on January 13th at the age of 68.